All right, I want to talk about the two kinds of character development. I mean, there's more than two kinds, but for the sake of this video, I want to talk about the two kinds of character development, earned and unearned. Starting off with unearned character development, because I think it gets a bad rap, or at least a worse rap than it deserves. Here, let's do an example. My Hero Academia. That's a show most people have seen, so should be able to relate to it. I can put it in the tags, make big money. So you start off with 20 students in Class 1A, but you can't build character and depth for all of them. You'd get lost in the weeds. You'd probably be a full core before something even happened. Which, now that I think about it, is pretty much exactly what Steins Gate did. So what you do is you build character and depth for a couple students, and then you just make the rest tropes with cool art design. That's really all 1A is in the first season or two, or for some of them, the entire show. They're tropes with cool character designs. So the side characters, the trope characters, come in and every now and then interact with the main cast. That way they give the audience a chance to see glimpses of their personality. And the audience sees these interactions and goes, oh, cool, I like Alternative Rocker Girl's character design, or I like how Big Soft Hard Boy makes Bakugo almost bearable, or I like when the gross pervert baby one doesn't talk. And so people attach themselves to these minor characters. Shonen Jump even runs polls to see which characters people like, and that allows the authors, the mangaka, to write people's favorite characters into the arcs, add backstory and depth to them so that they can become more than tropes. But how do you do that? How do you give backstory and depth to a character who hasn't had any development for multiple arcs? Flashbacks. Big, juicy Naruto sitting on a swing complaining about how nobody likes him flashbacks. And these flashbacks, which are essentially unearned character development, are important. It would be very hard to expand the cast or add in characters while maintaining your pacing without them. And if you do them well enough, they barely subtract from the emotional beat they're building towards. But they do subtract. See, if the entire arc of a character, or a large portion of it, is shoved down your throat in a single episode, it's forgettable. You never had time to mull over why they're like this or what the outcomes of their arc could be. You're just given the character, the struggle, the solution, and then you don't see them for another 5 episodes. So the memory will fade in preference to the larger arcs of the more primary characters. But that's not always the case, because sometimes you can do earned character development. Now, there's plenty of earned character development in My Hero, but I'm gonna jump to a different show, Jujutsu Kaisen. It's also popular. I can also put it in the tags, make big money. But warning, I am gonna be spoiling the first 13 episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen. At time of recording, it's still pretty new, so fair warning. Anyway, episode 8 of Jujutsu Kaisen introduces this nice little edge boy, Junpei. He starts off watching a demon murder a bunch of rude boys and asks it to teach him how to fight. And after that, the show focuses almost entirely on Junpei for a few episodes. It depicts why he would look for power, why he doesn't respect human life. It's some classic bad guy buildup, but spread over a few episodes so that they can show it to you rather than tell it to you. But then they have him spend some time with the main character. They get to know each other. They find out they have common interests. They build friendship. The main character meets his family. And he starts to turn into a flawed but understandable anti-hero. And then, 4 episodes in, they kill him off to show the weight and severity of a situation and help more primary characters grow. And that death hits. You see the main character struggle with it, and you're like, yeah, I thought this motherfucker was going to be a main character in this show. They're killing him off 4 episodes in? It's crazy. When you take the time to construct a character bit by bit to show the audience all the different pieces of them, to make sure that they have good chemistry with the other main characters, and then kill them, and then build to any emotional peak, that's earned. And when you use that, when you build earned character development for a side character whose only main narrative purpose is to die, and your pacing doesn't suffer for it, that's how you know you're watching a good-ass show. Unearned character development is fine. It's often necessary. But if you can figure out a way to do earned character development without costing your show pacing. It'll always overshadow anything else. You know, in the last video I talked about Jujutsu Kaisen, I was a little pessimistic about it. But the longer I watch this show, the more I've seen of it, it might be the best shonen in a long time. I don't know, compared to Demon Slayer, compared to My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen just seems to have a lot better writing behind it. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I could have been right the first time. Maybe it'll get shitty.